Hello World Wide Web, I'm Dr. Shado, the internet personality best here, and welcome to my summer car. It's interesting little tale. Got a car. Some of you follow me on the Instagrams and such probably already noticed, but this would be a Cobalt LT Chevy 2010, and would also be a little bit of a fixer-upper, because there was a slight little accidentation at some point. It's definitely got a lot going against it, but I'm getting some parts today to fix it up. That is non-functional, as well as this reverse light is non-functional, and the trunk light inside the trunk is shattered. It's not there, and on top of that, the dome light in the interior, this sumbitch, is non-functional. And the, well, I already ripped apart the steering column to access the, what the hell is that lever called? The one for the turn signals. That one. It's, fucked up. And I'm getting parts today to replace it all. It's so nice. It's so nice. You get the toolbox there from Walmart, 20 bucks. And you can fix your car if you are really creative. So, on this note of this lovely, lovely destruction that I have unleashed on this thing, you see, where is the piece that I ripped off that? It's in here somewhere. But yes, the first part that I did was pull off that as per, well, okay, the first thing I did was look up a YouTube video on what the hell to do. But yeah, it's rip off that, then rip off those tabs to be able to rip off that from there, to be able to pull the top of the steering wheel out, and then I just unscrew the bottom aspects, these things, unscrew that, the screws there, unscrewed that from the bottom, and then was able to access this and get that out of there, except it's still attached to the electrical. So as soon as I get the new one, I don't have it yet, which is why I haven't switched it out yet. But that's the plan, that's the plan. Also, going to need a new rear view mirror and windshield. Just, it's a fixer-upper. You fix it up, that's what you do. Sorry I did not get this one on film, but I was having a major problem with the hood release, and found out you can fix that with a little ballast stall. So that's good, and that means I've got my hood release functioning again. The little handy-dandy hood release located right there. This is also that's where over here the trunk release button is somewhere in there. That doesn't work. But, hood release, that's what we're looking at. Hear that? That's a beautiful, beautiful sound. So now, I can stick my hand under here, find a little latch, flip. Okay, not that far. There we go. And up we go. We can look at the engine. Now, I still don't have a little pole to actually prop it up. So we gotta get one of those. That's not something I can just spray a little ballast all on. But hey, we can now look at the engine. But yeah, over here, the latch there, just had to spray the shit out of that with a penetrating oil, and ballast oil is one hell of a nice lubricating penetrating oil. It got all up in there, just worked it around, and now it is just so fast, just working beautifully. Not just sometimes, occasionally, it'll sort of kind of pop, and usually not. That's good. Of course, to get access to that, I kind of had to get the car open in the first place, but maybe, I can see down here, maybe if I was like a ninja about it, I could have come up from the underside and sprayed that and been able to lube it up, and the oil penetrates, it does its thing. Maybe that could have worked too. Maybe. So yeah, that's nice and fixed. Awesome. And the parts have finally arrived. This is going to be useful for doing the side things and a lot of little miscellaneous lights like in the trunk and such. And I gotta have plenty of extras. Here's for the reverse lights, and here is the dome light. Now here is the important part, the thing we're looking for right now, because we gotta get this busted ass thing out of there. So in order to get this busted ass thing out of here, we've got most of it done, but we gotta, oh boy, let's just, there we go. We gotta get the wires out. I just, so stop recording for a second so I can actually do this. And that is out. Got those plugs done. This is the same exact model except all fucked up and cracked. It is now trash. Now we can get this baby in. Now we can slide that in first. We don't have to actually like plug in the things. Just it's supposed to click in. I didn't hear it click though, so just check, make sure that the things are there. Is it? It's not snug. Okay, you son of a bitch. Just fasten. It's not fasten. Okay. Well then, let's try and give it a little bit more of a helping hand. Okay, just that there, just go in. Please go in. Just slide up, slide down. There we go. Got that clicked in? There we go, it's clicked in. Nice. Good. Now we can plug that in, or I need to get both hands for this. So let's just. Okay. Slide you in there, you click in nice. Slide you in here, you click in nice. Now that that's done, we gotta test this puppy. So. Right's working, left's working and staying. See the flashlight's definitely working. High beam, turn off high beam, just turn on your headlight. Yes, it's on auto. Flip it to auto off. Yes, that works. Okay, this is working, which means I gotta put the rest of this back together again. Oh joy. I gotta get those, and I gotta get those screws, and I gotta get this number. There's a 7mm. Gotta put those 3 back in on the bottom, and then flip the top in, and then put this back in, and then put that back in, and then put that back on, and we're good. Okay, that was a hell of a lot harder to screw back in than I would have liked. I went with a central one first after putting the 2 pieces together and clicking them to get it all lined up, but I was having a hell of a time lining that one up with the one screw hole that goes on inside. Yeah, that's sweat there. Isn't that beautiful? It's fucking hot. Okay, so with that done... the rest should be relatively easy, especially if I can keep from bumping the record button on my little... Oh, was that supposed to go on the inside there? I think maybe it was. Maybe it was. God damn it. Really? 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 Shit. That's folded in. It's not supposed to be. That's supposed to be on the inside there. Fuck, gotta undo this. Okay, that was a relatively easy fix, because all I had to do was take out the one screw on the leftmost side, and I got that loose enough to just flip that around, get that to where it's supposed to be, where that's on the inside of the housing. Now I just got to click in all the little latches there, and there. Just, you son of a bitch. This should be a relatively easy little... Why is that not clicking? That should be latching in, like, nice and clicky, like, oh yes, I am in it to win it. And you're not. You are not in it to win it. You're not in it to win it. Oh, that's why. Because that's cracked in there. So it's not going to actually latch on securely on that side unless I get that fixed. Which I'm obviously not going to do today. But now that that's done, I can flip that up, put that back up to top where I like it, and flip that back up. And now to put the rest of this back in place with all the little clicky clicks. Nothing to it but to do it. That's in there, that's in there, that's in there. Where's the last piece? Here's the last piece. Slap that on there. Eventually. Oh boy. Okay. Do I need 2 hands for this? Oh yeah, but that, obviously, that's supposed to go in that little clip there. Like, once you get it all together, if you got a working trunk button, that's how it's supposed to be organized. Why is this suddenly such a royal pain in the... Ah, there we go. I had to slide that part there in the back. It was kind of pressing up against there. It needed to be slid back there. Like, there, now it's in. Now it's nice. So, whew, with that done, we can move on to more fun. Like getting a working dome light. Now that we have working turn signals, very important in driving. So, get our little adjusting tool. If I can, there it is. There's our little handy fine adjusting tool. Let's get it right in there. Make some fine adjustments. There we go. Oh, come on, don't adjust it back up, adjust it down. Finally, fine adjusting. There we go. We made our fine adjustments. Now there's our burnt out little thing. Now I have not looked up what to do exactly to replace it, so I'm not sure. Oh, okay. Do some fine adjustments and it comes right out. Now, just gotta get our new one, an LED. Well, I'm fucking this up royally. Let me try this more calmly. And it's in. Turns out the easiest way to do it seemed to be to loop that up until it was just hooked on the hook normally, and then just kind of push that up, and it's the right shape that you can just push, pretty much just push it, plink, and it clicks. Like, I was making it way harder than it had to be. Well, let's see now if I can find my key now. There we go. Can I? Oh my God, it works. Got it set to door now. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now put this back on and boom. We got ourselves a dome light that functions. Hell yeah. Okay, it's... Mentioned I need to fix the AC. It needs more Freon or something. Oh boy. So now we have this little sidebar thingamajobber. Its light don't work, and since I'm changing this light out for an LED type of light, I'm going to switch them both out. Partly because I like it to be as, you know, symmetrical as possible, because that's a nice looking thing. You don't want a cop pulling you over saying, hey, that one's a lot dimmer. I think it might be out, or might be out-ish. But aside from that, you know, this came in a pack of fucking 10, so I got them to spare, is what I'm saying. So I'm not entirely sure how this is all gonna work. So that's there, that's that. I gotta get that off of that. I gotta figure this out with two hands. So, that's on and that's working. I had a bit of a scare. After eventually looking all over online and trying to figure out how to get that specific thing out of that specific socket and finding absolutely nothing to help other than one side note in one blog post about replacing these bulbs said, oh yeah, just do the same thing on that. And it's like, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? And it's for that, it just said, just pull it out. So I'm trying, ended up ripping the bulb off of the top, the base of it. Had to get a screwdriver in there to pop out the rest to clear it out, and then it was like, well, the socket's open. I popped it in there, turned on the car. That did not come on. The other side marker did, and I'm like, motherfucker. So then I take that apart, take it out, put it, and take it and flip the bulb over to the other side, even though it should be the same either way, and then it came on. So yay. But now that's a lot brighter, and you can see the white there. That's the LED right there. That's the kind of bulb in there. And around here, on the other side, you don't see that white dot, because that is still the classic light bulb. So we're gonna have to get that changed to make them even with each other for aesthetic purposes, such as not getting tickets for having one of them look a lot dimmer than the other. And if I could just get this damn corroded ass screw to please unscrew. At least it's not stripped like the other one. And with that, we just pop that. And there we have the next one to deal with. Yes, come on, you piece of shit. There we go. There it is. Now, we're supposed to be just able to say, hey, let's just pop it off. But, yeah. Big surprise, this one also is not so forthcoming. Okay, it's gonna take a while. Okay, so we got the new bulb in there with that. So you take this piece and that piece and be like, you are one. And then you balance your camera on your leg and you grab this with both hands and, oh yeah, like that. And sloop, and it clips in, and then you go like that, slide that where it easily is designed to slide, and you grab that screw, screw it back in, and it's all good. All the goodness of symmetry. Your car must be symmetrical. Okay. Nice and tight enough to hold it forever, but not so tight in case I need to take it off immediately. It's going to be an absolute pain in the ass. So, using our key, if I can fish it out. Okay, let's turn on our lights. It should be on. Hard to tell sometimes. Yes, that's definitely on. And yes, that is definitely on. Good. It's working. It's working. Oh, that's something else I gotta check. The light for the license plate. The light for the license plate is definitely not shining. So, I'm gonna have to... Turn off the lights when you turn off your car. It's always a good idea, unless you like dead batteries. But yeah, we're gonna have to do something about that. But other than that, we also have the fun of these. And they, see, that one works. That one doesn't. But these are right in here. Very easy to access. Boom, done. And I got that inside, and that'll be fine. It'll be good. We'll get that switched out. Well, this was a hell of a lot easier. These two just popped right out, and you probably also noticed this one is missing the little rubber thing to help it from rubbing and keep it from rubbing. But I got my two new ones right here. Boom. No problem at all. Match up that. Oh, I think it'll match up no matter which way you put it in. So, slide that in there. If I can, with one hand. Please don't fuck up. I suck at one-handed. There we go. There we go. But I wanted to actually get it instead of all the action happening off screen, you know? That's kind of, it's boring YouTube. So now, in order to test if these are working, oh, come on. Okay, it's in there, but it's not in there. There we go. So just slide in there. Oh, wait, there's the rubber thing. It's stuck to that. Okay, it's glued to that, actually. Oh, this is great. How do I... There we go. It's in. Okay. Now this one will be much nicer. There we go. There we go. So, that should mean that those will be given light. Now, to test this out, shiny and bright, both sides. Beautiful. Now I can stop fucking around and actually... let's see. Take it out of reverse. There we go. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We got our dome light. We got our other lights. We got those lights, these lights. We got more lights to do, though. We got to check to see the trunk light, see if we can get that fixed. The license plate light, fix that. That should be the same lights that were used for the side markers, so we should be good there. And let's see how that works. Oh shit. Don't lock your keys. Okay, the trunk light. This puppy right here that has nothing in it. Except some broken shit. It's gonna be fun to get out. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, that's, that looks like someone tried to pull the bulb and it wasn't forthcoming, and just look what happened. So this is gonna be fun. But this looks like it comes off entirely. Like, yeah. So that'll make it a little easier for me to work with this. Okay. Okay, real quick. It's been a bit of time since the last time I fired up this camera, but I wanted to say that I did a few more things on the car, fixed a couple more things, really nice. Number one, down here, that trunk button finally works. Now the way I had to do that was I had to pull the old one out, slip the new one in, well, detach it from the wires, all the lovely things it's attached to, back there, all of that. It was like half the trunk button was still attached there and had to be taken off the wires, and the main trunk button, it didn't have any kind of spring to it. Now though, I'm sure you heard that. Oh, this lovely, lovely trunk just popped. Oh yes. And aside from that, if we go over here to this nice hood release that's still working, thank you lubrication. Oh, look at that. It's staying up hands-free, thanks to changing out this part. The hood support strut hood lift thingamajab. I don't know what the hell it's called, but simple fix. The one I had in there already had these little parts here, so all I had to do is, like, you see right there where there's a little bit of a indentation in the middle. I just took a small flathead screwdriver, put it in there, pulled back, and thing released. It's connected to the ball joint, popped out on both sides, popped the new one in, and there it goes. I tried rotating it because I didn't know if it was working or not, but then I realized, oh yeah, it just got so much resistance because it's supposed to hold up this heavy fucking hood, and trust me, this is a heavy fucking hood. So yeah, now that it's like that, on its own it'll hold it up in just a little bit of effort. You can put it right back down and just close that up. Boom! You got a nice shiny hood that needs a serious paint job. There's a lot more that has to be done on this car to really fix everything up. Most important thing, I got my license, so I can actually drive. I passed my road test. Now that was an interesting little adventure in and of itself. As you see. Okay, so the licensing experience was something, because yeah, I've never had a license in my life, and at 35 years old, people look at you funny when you say, by the way, I've never been licensed in any state, ever, any country, nothing. It's weird when you're somewhere where you really need a car to be able to do things on your own, and you're like, yeah, I don't. So, I knew how to drive, like, just from observation. You could just watch someone drive and learn how to drive. But I've always watched people driving automatics. And then got this Cobalt here. It's a standard. It's a stick shift. So, the manual transmission takes a lot more learning than it seems to in video games. In video games, like my Summer Car, you hold the clutch button, you do the shift, you release the clutch button, boom, there you go. It is much different. The clutch is not digital. It's analog and very fucking sensitive. So stalling your car constantly is what you're going to be doing, starting to learn a manual. But once you start getting that down, once you start getting all that figured out, it's not quite so bad. And I like how much control you have over the speed that you're going in a manual. Like, really quick acceleration when you need it, maintaining the speed limit and not having to worry about trying to keep your foot in a very precise spot on the accelerator. Just, yeah, give it gas when you need a little bit of pickup and let it just maintain itself. It's almost like cruise control, except it's not. So... yeah, it's and this has cruise control too. I don't know how the fuck to use it though. I haven't learned that damn much about this car. But yeah, I've only been switching out pieces and parts of it and getting things working like this here light. Nice. It's a lot brighter at night, especially in Texas. Oh, but there's the the licensing test. I took the written test. I was doing them online. I was like passing every single one, passing every single one, passing every single one. And then I saw the advanced tab on the bottom. I'm like, okay, go. And then there's the questions that don't make any fucking sense. The questions about how much these fines are for these certain things and other ways. It's just, I don't know what the hell. Why do I need to know how much exactly I'm gonna get hit up for on the third DUI charge at a specific age if I'm signed up for this specific program that's involved with the insurance company? Why do I need to know the exact dollar amount there to be a better driver or not? I already know, don't drive drunk. Boom, done. That's very simple. Very simple. But then, on top of that, then you got the fun stuff where they just have all kinds of things that don't make sense, and it's just all going together, and I'm like, okay, fuck it. I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to pass this test, and I passed that test first try. Barely. Because there was a lot of those questions about what is the exact fine for this program and that, and it actually wasn't on the practice test I was on. When it was talking about specific programs involved with insurance companies, I have no fucking idea. I didn't know that was going to be on the test. All the practice tests I had a bunch of weird questions about fines and this and that, and exact numbers, and how long will your license be suspended on the second infraction for this if you are under 16. It's like, what? I don't know, and I just know don't do it. So yeah, try and memorize that stuff was real fun, and there were quite a few of those on the test, so I got much lower than perfect, but I passed. So then, had to get the actual road test done, because at my age, it's like the driving permit. It pretty much just says your driver's license, but you need to, it's got restriction B on it, which means you need to have someone over the age of 21 with a driver's license without a B restriction in the passenger seat at all times when you're driving. So, it's also kind of tough to do when you're 35 and everyone else has their own lives and shit. This is one reason why I'm saying, you know what I think I'm gonna do when I'm raising my kid? They are gonna be driving at 12. Fuck it. No, not gonna have them go through this shit like I did. So, yeah, I couldn't drive anywhere really, but fortunately at my age, I also didn't need 60 hours of experience driving. It's good because I couldn't get that, because no one's gonna be like, I can't be like, hey, I gotta go down this way, I gotta go down that way. You have a license, sit in the passenger seat while I do this, because they got their own shit to do. Whereas, like, alternately, I have my own shit to do. It's like, if I got, like, a kid, I can say, okay, you need your practice driving, we need to go to the store today to pick up groceries, you're driving. Easy. Well, unless your kid's like, I gotta go practice with my band, and I'm gonna be like, fuck. I don't want to listen to your shitty band. You kids have no idea what music is. But, future Decker out of the question. Went to do the road test, and it took a while to get one scheduled. There was all kinds of stuff. It's like weeks and weeks and weeks at the driving schools nearby. Though the driving schools actually are a lot faster than at the DMV, because it would take months. Like 1 month at the soonest, 2 months more likely to schedule a road test at the DMV. So yeah, it's just all kinds of waiting. And so finally get to do driving test at the driving school, and first thing they do is say, hey, parallel park, which is something that I had never practiced, didn't know, and I had said over and over again, we need to get some cones out here, we need to get something out here, I need to be able to practice parallel parking, they're going to ask for parallel parking, I'm going to have to be able to do parallel parking, if I don't parallel park I'm not going to be able to pass. And that didn't happen until I went to the driving school, waited for like an hour and a half to get out there onto the road test. They immediately said, okay, go parallel park. I failed, and they immediately brought my ass back and said, failed parallel parking, no pass. So, yeah, then, after that, I ended up, waiting another week to come back, and in that time did get some cones out here, did practice the hell out of parallel parking. But when I was practicing parallel parking, I was trying to get really good at it, so I made the space a bit smaller than it was over there. Like, over there it was like maximum allowed space, like 24 feet, possibly 25, which is actually larger than what you're supposed to. The car I was practicing in was 15 feet wide, and I did like 3.5 feet on both sides, and drop the cone, boom. So that's 22 feet-ish. So I was like, there, and there, go there, and then back up, and then slightly forward, boom, done. Then the problem was, like, the position I had the cone, like, the front cone I had, like, leftmost position, back cone I had leftmost position. That's not how it was set up over there. The front cone was leftmost position, the back cone was middle. So, I didn't see it there when I was doing the backup there, because I was expecting it to see it there and try and judge in the side mirror how close I was, and I wasn't seeing it, and then I looked back and I realized I'm rotating back out. So I'm like, shit, so I'm like, forward, and I am just like, barely close enough to the curb at that point. 18 inches away, like 1.5 feet away from the curb, like, and the driving instructor at that point, same guy who gave me the test before and failed me instantly on the parallel parking, was just like, that's rough. We can work with it. We can go. And like, I'm going along, I'm trying, and it's like, very unfortunately, I was nervous as hell. Just driving in general is still a little nervous. Not so much when I'm on my own. But when with the instructor in the seat, it makes things a little worse, knowing this is an important thing. You will have to wait even longer, pay even more money if you fuck up. This guy is there, he's looking for everything you're doing wrong. Check your mirrors, check the just make sure everything is, check your blind spot, check your blind spot, check your mirrors, check your blind spot, and just like, so I'm there like in through the nose, out through the mouth, just calm the fuck down. And I was like, a couple of problems here, a couple problems there, everything was like adding up, and get to the end, and I'm like, stop, park in front of the thing, and he's like, tells me to go in the one space. I'm like, I'm not in a good position for that. And I'm like trying, and it's like, and it's a big fucking Jeep, and it's such a pain in the ass. I can park so much better in the Cobalt, let me tell you. But the Jeep is such a pain, and I park cockeyed, but within the lines, and it's like, and it's like, so, and I'm like, oh god, I'm gonna come back here. I look over and I see like so many marks on the thing, like bad, not like, it's like fair, it's like good, fair, poor, and I've got poor. I'm just like, oh fucking hell. And he's counting it off. It's like, okay, so we got like 5, 7, 9, 11, 10, 11, 13, 14, 16, 18. Just like so many 2-point marks bad. 2-point marks bad. And in the Texas driving exam, if you rack up 31, it's a fail. 30 is a pass. 30 and below is a pass. 31 and above is a fail. He's going as in 18, 20, 21, 23, 25, 27, 29. You pass.
And it's like, God, God, whew. Todd's like, stress like you wouldn't believe. And it was like, go out there and he's like, he's his own worst enemy behind the wheel. He just needs to relax and let it go. It's like, I know I was tense, but I know how to drive. I was tense, I was nervous, but it's hard to be relaxed when it's just your guy, like, they're judging you the whole time. But, I can drive. I know what I'm doing for the most part. I've had some issues here and there, and, like, I braked too late at the one stop, but he told me to stop. Like, I didn't know I was going to have to stop and turn there. And I was like, we're going to have to go make this turn there. And I'm like, oh, and then going along, and I got to stop. And I wasn't thinking quite straight, so I ended up stopping a little fast, which is not good. But yeah, so I got my license is the point. I got my little paper license right here. It's got my lovely, lovely face on it. And I'm gonna get the proper plastic one in the mail in like 2 weeks. Same day after I got that done, I got the insurance. So next thing to do is evidently get this car inspected. But I think, I don't know, it was inspected before, and the inspection stickers are still valid for like a couple of more months. So I don't know if this really needs inspection right now. So, but it's now mine. I got the title. It's like boom, done, got it. So I'm insured. I'm licensed, and this car is technically past inspection. But yeah, the windshield's still broken. The rearview mirror is still missing. Though those don't necessarily have to be there to pass inspection, as far as I know. But still, I got all my lights on this. I got the things going. I got the new parts in, and I just gotta fix up some other stuff. And this car gonna be looking real nice. And now I can actually get places, which is good because there's some shit going down in Dallas with Killer Clowns from Outer Space next month, and maybe I'll actually be able to fucking go. That'd be nice. Just drive the fuck over there. Like, yeah. It's gonna cost me, what, $50 worth of gas? It's a long fucking way, but they've got good gas mileage on this car, especially if I take it down on the freeway or the interstate or something where I got a nice high speed limit, and I can just flip it into fifth, get nice calm gas mileage. Maybe actually learn how to do the cruise control. Like, there's actually like some shit on this thing, like, there's a plus and minus on the wheel here. It's like evidently after you get cruise control going, you can go a little faster with the plus button and a little slower with the minus button. But as soon as you like tap on the brakes, your cruise control is deactivated and you're back to full like self-drive now. You Mickey Mouse piece of shit. But yeah, this is gonna be fun. So yeah. This has been my Summer Car Real Life Edition. And, yeah, I am not anxious to see how harsh the permadeath is in this one. So, until next time.